Hello, this is Frank Mealy from HeartlandDiaryUSA.com, bringing you news every conservative can use. Subscribe to my YouTube channel to stay up to date. Mick Mulvaney, the president's chief of staff, just gave an incredible press conference in which he put to rest a lot of the myths about the Ukrainian phone call the president had. Here, he's taking a question from Jonathan Karl when he's interrupted by none other than CNN's Jim Acosta. Acosta then, after the question, tries to interrupt another question, and Mulvaney puts him in his place very efficiently. At the end of the press conference, Acosta shouts to Mulvaney as he's leaving the podium, "Why are you afraid of CNN?" Acosta doesn't understand the difference between fear and disdain, but the rest of us do.
That is one of those things that has that little shred of truth in it that makes it look a lot worse than it really is. We were concerned about over at OMB about an impoundment. And I know I just put half you folks to bed, but there's the Budget Control Act, Budget Control Impoundment Act of 1974 says if Congress appropriates money, you have to spend it. Okay, at least that's how it's interpreted by some folks. And we knew that money either had to go out the door by the end of September, or we had to have a really, really good reason not to do it. And that was the legality of the issue.
But to be clear, what you just described is a quid pro quo. It is funding will not flow unless the investigation into the Democratic server happen as well.
We do that all the time with foreign policy. We were holding up money at the same time for the Northern Triangle countries. We were holding up aid at the Northern Triangle countries so that they would change their policies on immigration. By the way, and this speaks to an important. I'm sorry. This speaks to an important point, because I heard this yesterday, and I can never remember the gentleman who testified. Was it McKinney? The guy, is that his name? I don't know him. He testified yesterday. And if you believe the news reports, okay, because we've not seen any transcripts of this. The only transcript I've seen was Sondland's testimony this morning. If you read the news reports and you believe them, what did McKinney say yesterday? Well, McKinney said yesterday that he was really upset with the political influence in foreign policy. That was one of the reasons he was so upset about this. And I have news for everybody. Get over it. There's going to be political influence in foreign policy. I'm talking to Mr. Karl. That is going to happen. Elections have consequences, and foreign policy is going to change from the Obama administration to the Trump administration. And what you're seeing now, I believe, is a group of mostly career bureaucrats who are saying, you know what, I don't like President Trump's politics, so I'm going to participate in this witch hunt that they're undertaking on the Hill. Elections do have consequences, and they should, and your foreign policy is going to change. Obama did it in one way, we're doing it a different way, and there's no problem with that.
Yes, sir. Mr. Mulvaney, does that come into consideration when that
I'm sorry, I don't know your name, but he's being very rude, so if you go ahead and answer your question.
Just to clarify, and just to follow up on that question, so when you're